Hi, this video is for week 7 discussion, which was chapter 18, The Paradox of the Method Actor by Dennis Beck. My first takeaway was at the beginning of the chapter where Beck quotes Robert Lewis as saying that Strasberg had told the group that he taught the Strasberg method and not the Stanislavski method system. And this was obviously after Stella Adler had returned from Paris after speaking with Stanislavski and working with him for 6 weeks. And when she came back, she told him that Stanislavski had said it was not correct. And so anyway, I was just, it stuck out to me because it made me realize that every teacher that came after Strasberg did the same thing. They added to and they took away from what became known as the method. And I think it's important to remember that over generations and over years, that's going to continue to happen. So it's not just, Strasberg was just the first one maybe, to make it a point and say, this is my method. And so I think, as teachers, it's good for us to remember that there's always going to be changes because good teaching changes and it alters into different things, right? We use what works and we throw away what doesn't work, and we learn by doing that. And so I think that's important to remember from that statement. My other takeaway was when the author said Stanislavski was the first to suggest that the actor was an integral part of the theatrical artwork, not just its transmitter. And he advised to always act in your own person. The moment you lose yourself on the stage marks the departure from truly living your part and the beginning of exaggerated false acting. I like this for 2 reasons. First of all, I think he emphasizes that artistic and creative responsibility are of the actor, and putting more importance on the actor rather than the character as it's written. So I think that's important to remember. And also, his point of saying that false and exaggerated acting will be evident if the actor does not act as his or herself. And so I think that's also important as us teachers to remember when we are, directing our students, that we make sure that they know that it's okay for them to bring their own characteristics into what they're doing on stage. The other takeaway I have is on, let's see, when Beck talks about Marlon Brando's performance of Stanley. And he says that it was Brando and not Tennessee Williams' character who acts like a hurt, sensitive man when he goes into rage as he sits at the table with Stella and Blanche. This is an example of how the actor creates the character and brings their own unique characteristics and traits to a role. For me, I said it's worth remembering because I should always encourage my students to bring something, to the role, to add to it and to make it better. And so I think that's important to remember. The chapter overall was very difficult to read for me. It was very theoretical or philosophical. And so I just had to go through and pick out these, things that I could actually relate to and understand. But overall, I thought it was a really good chapter, and it was just kind of a wrap up for our course, just to remind us of the important things that we've learned. And so, yeah, that's it for today. Thank you.